Brad Burnett, President of CreditSense, home of the 8 Steps to 800 Plus credit score program and the ever popular Credit Booster. Boost your credit score 30 to 40 points in 45 days program. Welcome to our video on recovering after the holidays. Now, many Americans have tightened their purse strings when it comes to holiday purchases and gift giving this year, but there are still many of you who stretch your money a little further than you need to, and you know that you're doing it by using credit cards to make those purchases. If you're one of those using credit to buy your family and friends gifts, first of all, I hope you've been using cards like the ones you find on CreditSense.com that give you reward points or give you some sort of cashback bonus award so that you get the most benefit possible from your generosity. Second, when the new year comes and you start figuring out ways to get Christmas paid for as soon as possible so you aren't still paying for it when the holiday rolls around next year, here are some ideas that can help you. There are many different approaches and ideas when it comes to paying off bills. Some people like to pay a minimum payment and save to pay a card off all at once. Others like to pay big chunks of a balance off every month. Of course, using that approach usually means they sacrifice in other areas of their lives while they're doing that. And then some like to take more methodical approaches like those taught by many financial gurus out there. If you're going to follow the advice of a guru, what is the best way? If you want to look at things from a strictly dollar saved in your pocket approach, contrary to what debt reduction guru Dave Ramsey teaches in his snowball approach, that you take minimum payments on all the debt but the lowest balance, and the one with the lowest balance is paid off, then what you'll do is you add the dollars that you've been paying on that, and you start paying off the next lowest debts, and then debt, and then it's basically rinse and repeat until all of your debts are paid off. Well, it almost always benefits you more to pay off your high interest rate loans of cards first. In fact, the savings to you can be very substantial depending on the balances you owe. Here's an example from our friends at 5centnickel.com using some fairly modest numbers of a typical American family. Let's say they have a Visa with a $7,500 balance at 13%. So the minimum payment is $150 per month. They have a MasterCard with a $10,000 balance at 19%. The minimum payment is $250 per month. And then a car loan, $5,000 at 8% with a minimum payment of $275 per month. So let's first take a look at what happens when you make only the minimum payments month after month. With the Visa, it's going to take 72 months to pay that in full. You're going to pay $10,685.54 with a total interest of $3,185.54. The MasterCard, it's going to take 63 months to pay it off completely. You'll pay $15,544.23 with a total interest paid of $5,544.23. And then the car loan, it's going to take 20 months to pay that off. You'll pay $5,310.14 with a total interest of $310.14. It would take you a grand total of 72 months and $31,539.91 to pay off the initial $22,500 in debt. That's really not that good. Now let's assume our hypothetical American family can come up with an extra $1,000 per month to pay toward their debts, rather than just making the minimum payments. If they follow Ramsey, they should attack the car loan first since it has the lowest balance. In other words, they'll be paying $150 per month toward their Visa bill, $250 per month toward their MasterCard, and the balance, $600 per month, toward the car loan. Using this approach, the car loan gets paid as follows. It's going to take 9 months to pay off the car loan. It'll be $5,126.70, so interest is only $126.70. At that point, the next highest balance is the Visa, so they add the $600 per month from the car loan to the $150 per month they've already been paying, and then they finish off that Visa. It'll take 19 total months to pay off the Visa, $8,477.38 with a total interest of $977.38. And from this point on, the entire $1,000 gets put towards the MasterCard until it is completely paid off. Now, the MasterCard will take 27 months to be paid in full. You'll pay $13,013.74 with a total interest of $3,013.74. So it's all done in 27 months at a cost of $26,685. $617.82. That's a net savings over just paying minimum payments of 45 months and $4,922.09 in interest payments. That's not too bad. But it just makes credit sense to me to save even more money, and here's how you can. Let's look at what would happen if our family hit the highest interest rate first. In this case, they'd attack the MasterCard, then the Visa, and the car loan last in that order. The MasterCard will take 20 months to completely pay it off. The total amount paid is $11,572.27, and the total interest paid is $1,572.27. Coincidentally, due to the lower initial balance, the car loan actually ends up getting paid off during that same month, even though they've only been paying the minimum amount each month. So the car loan takes 20 months, and you end up paying $5,310.14 with a total interest of $310.14. After that 20 months, that means everything gets paid towards the Visa, wiping it out as follows. 26 months to pay down to a zero balance with a total amount paid of $9,093.73 and total interest paid of $1,593.73. So they're out of debt in 26 months instead of 27 at a total cost of $25,976.14. So they're actually out of debt a month sooner, and they've saved an additional $641.68 over doing it the Dave Ramsey way. Now, I do want to point out that although the differences in dollars saved in this particular example aren't that big, we've worked with clients where the dollar amounts reach into the thousands and tens of thousands because of the amount of debt involved and the interest rates. Now, I'm also not saying that an approach such as Ramsey's isn't worthwhile. For example, under Ramsey's plan, the first debt gets knocked out very quickly, and some people may need that psychological boost to really motivate them to keep at it. You know, in contrast, it took 20 months to knock out the first debt under the high rate scenario, although the debts ended up getting paid off at the same time. So there's a place for an approach like Ramsey's, but more often than not, you'll keep more money in your pockets over the long run by paying down the high interest rate loans or credit cards first, and that puts more money in your pocket, and that makes credit sense to me.